This is just a wee trial live. Never done it before on YouTube, so I'm just seeing how it all works. And I might move here from Facebook, because Facebook seem to be clicking the numbers and stuff. So let's see how this works. Let me see. Okay. So I wonder if my mate can see Lee. So I think I've got 3 people watching, which means we are live. Hey bro, sound and picture good. Cheers Lee. Right, Lee's going to be a moderator in my channel. I'm going to do lives a couple of times a week. I'm going to transition to here from Facebook. So if anybody needs to advise me, is it better this way or is it this way? Oh, rotate is locked, okay, so rotate device back. Right, orientation, okay, so I'm just working out, I'm just learning guys, so bear with me. Yeah, I'm doing lives on Facebook and I'm at my 5,000 friends limit in Facebook. Scar Gaming, yes brother, thank you. I'm at my 5,000 friends limit in Facebook, but apparently only 100 people are seeing my lives, thereabouts. So I'm not doing something right. Luca, how you doing buddy, you and Renzo? Hi Renzo! Hello Renzo, my mate's wee boy. So I'm looking at transitioning to YouTube. I think there's a bit more free speech here. My channel is about promoting mental health, good mental health and better balance, and anything at all that can be used as an alternative to medicines and prescription serotonin inhibitors. That's not all my channel's about, but that is the basis for me doing a lot of what I do. So I'm hoping that I can set lives, you know, a couple of times a week. More than likely it will be a Thursday night around about 8 o'clock. So Vagabond Hat, not something about notifications. Okay, thank you brother. I'll ask people to set their notifications. Yeah, I've got a coffee. Scar Gaming. Coffee addict here, you could probably tell by my eyes. Yeah, I've just scalped a coffee. I've just scalped an iced latte as well, by the way, even although it's quite cold. So no, I'm going to be transitioning, so I'll be setting reminders on Facebook for people, and hopefully that audience that I have there will come across to YouTube. I've also got a public figure, although I hate the term. I've got a public figure page on Facebook, AC Glasgow, and it's basically my name and a picture of me, and it was in regards to the exposures I was doing in Glasgow last year. There's 60 odd thousand people on that, and that's a big audience. And it looks, I might transition and use it as well, because that's big numbers. And the page was always about exposing stuff, but it was built on exposing injustices in any level, in any walk of life. I don't care what it is. If it's wrong, we'll expose it, and if it's wrong, then we'll stand against it. If you're able-bodied and you're able-spirited, then stand up for it if someone's getting wronged. So, you know, that's the kind of emphasis for me, is to just try and highlight things if I can, and if it's justified, then why wouldn't we? So Lee, the Aqua Adventurer, me and Lee served together. We're serving Royal Marines, and I've known Lee for over 20 years. And we served in Northern Ireland together. When we were young guys, when we were daft as a brush and we never had a clue. I don't even think we had a clue why we were there. It's a long time ago. And in another life, and Lee's built his life from there. So he's going to be moderating on the page, just because he made me aware that people leave comments and you get all sorts of nutcases trying to put links in that could be stupid websites and stuff like that, things that I've got no interest in, and damages the message ultimately. So we need to try and avoid that at all costs, and that's what we're going to do. So if I have to do like I've got a lot to learn, guys, so bear with me, and I'm going to try and build my YouTube channel into a community and into something worthwhile doing. And if I have live chat and stuff, you'll see me with things, me messing around with my ears and stuff. I've got wee hearing aids. Oops. I've got wee hearing aids because my hearing's poor. It's getting worse, but lately it's been really bad on this side. So if we do a live, I'll obviously have to wear these. I've seen a few people asking me if they are, what do you call them? If they ask me if they are hands-free things. Well, they're not. They're actually hearing aids because I'm a deafy. Sometimes my hearing's not bad, but lately I've noticed a real... it's got bad the past year or two. And I hope this isn't the signs of what's to come, but yeah, I have got notable hearing loss. Both sides, but mainly in my right side. And that's just unfortunate. But it could always be worse, couldn't it? So aye guys, I'm grateful for anybody that's watched this. You know, wee quick 10 minutes just to introduce myself properly. And it's the first time I've done a live. I'm just learning. As I say, Lee's been guiding me, and a boy, Ryan Mack, Bully Bolang. Ryan's ex-army, he's out in Indonesia, massive following, 600,000-700,000 subs. Ryan's an adventurer. His channel's well worth subscribing to, brilliant. Like Lee, doing his diving and stuff, you know, it's brilliant what Lee gets up to in that sea. He's a madman, but as I say, me and Lee are going to be doing something. I'm going to be over in Belfast with him in the next few weeks, and we'll be in the water, I'd imagine. Don't know what he's got in store with me, but I'm going over basically for a catch-up. Seen Lee a few years ago in Belfast. We caught up, I don't know, Lee 2-3 years back, and it was great to see him. But we have another catch-up. He's going to give me an education. I'm going over to learn the YouTube stuff, because really I haven't got a clue. I'm a complete novice. I know how to upload videos to YouTube, and that's all I know how to do. I've been doing Facebook lives and I'm trying to turn my phone sideways and people are having to watch me. Folk were messaging me today saying that I can do an auto rotate thing, and there's a way to set it from portrait to panoramic or something. Guys, I'm a tech biff. You know, the most I can achieve is I can work an iPhone, and even that's debatable. So bear with me, and hopefully you'll enjoy being on the journey and helping me build my channel. And I'm very, very passionate about certain things. I'm very passionate about mental health. I'm very passionate about helping anyone that needs a punt up. I'm passionate about anyone that is struggling. And if strong characters are among us, then I believe we've got a moral obligation to help anyone that is lesser or is in a predicament where, you know, certain things in their life, certain events have made them lesser and weakened somebody's spirit. So I'm all for helping anyone. I absolutely believe in it. I believe that the tools are available for everyone to improve their quality of life and get back on the right path, get back on a healthy, you know, prosperous path that invigorates and invigorates and energises in a path that's worth living. If you're on a life just now where it's just monotonous and it's, you know, it's booze or it's substance abuse or it's depression or it's darkness or it's whatever it is, then hopefully among ourselves we can help each other get over it and come through it and find the light and find the way back to balance and decent living, because we're entitled to it. If you're a decent person, you're entitled to that at the very least. So that's where we're at. That's why I do it. That's who I am. Nothing else. No hidden agenda. No interest in drama. No interest in bad, negative energy. I'm only interested in the good stuff. I'm interested in anybody that wants to help promote this and push this. Neil O'Mac. Hi Neil. I'm interested in getting it out there and building an actual real community, a real-time community of people that want to help get people living better. I want to create a better future for my kids, and I want them to see the best version of their dad before he's too old and before he's gone. You know, not yep, Minto's saying it, so many channels into mental health at the moment. I totally agree with you. I hope that you mean that in the best light. There is a lot of it, and it's sadly, I've said this several years ago on my own page on Facebook. I've said that a lot of people jump in the bandwagon with these things, and a lot of celebrities use it when perhaps their career falters or they stop gaining the limelight. All of a sudden they start jumping in the mental health wagon, and nobody should be. It's not something. It's not a tool to be used as to abuse your position or for any type of personal gain. It should never be about that. And I hope that I never come across that way for anybody. The only reward I want from this is when one person messages me back and tells me something I said or did, or an action that I did helped that person or gave them the kickstart that they needed to get on the journey. I'm on the journey, guys. I'm a work in process. 100%. Thanks, Minto. I'm a work in progress myself. I've had the darkness. I'm a diagnosed manic depressive. I have had many dark episodes in my life, and I believe I've now found the tools to handle it and handle the storm when it comes. I can recognise the markers and the triggers when that cloud's descending on me, and I've got the skills and I've got the understanding of it to weather the storm. And I believe that I can teach those around me. I'm not an expert. I've never had a day's training in any of this in my life. I'm not a psychologist. I am not a counsellor. I speak in layman's terms, and I'm prepared to work with anyone. So Scott, a man's a man for all that. Aye, you sure is, pal. I'm prepared to try and help anybody. There's a couple of times in my life where the help wasn't there for me, and that's not a good place to be. It's a very, very lonely, empty existence. Hi Patsy Ballantyne from experience. Yep, you've probably got your own experiences, Patsy. I've certainly got mine. Yep, you carry things through life. I was a serviceman a long time ago, but there's days where it feels like it was 5 minutes ago, and you're certainly reminded of it when every few months you see another name listed in social media who's passed or has taken their life. All these sad events, they never stop bothering you. You never become dead born to that level of tragedy. Never ever. So let's have a bit of finish on a good note, guys. I do a lot of climbing and stuff. I do a lot of self-help out in the hills, out in the mountains in Scotland. And I'm looking forward to perhaps having some wee group days where, I give a location and half a dozen people meet and we get out there and we have a cup of tea and we, you know, meeting, there's nothing more intriguing and interesting than meeting strangers who have came because they were intrigued by you and they want to meet you, or they genuinely want to get involved and get on the journey and get on the path to better living. I've surrounded myself in the past year with a very small circle of extremely helpful, you know, loving, caring people who are doing things on social media for the right reason. Great people, you know, Reiki masters, you know, hypnotherapists, people that are just doing great things. And it's amazing it's amazing when you come across them and they're actually getting up in the morning and their aim is to help you and you're effectively a stranger to them. I think that's absolutely magical. That is that's the epitome of a good person for me. I've got great admiration for that. So yeah, that's where I want to be, guys. I want to be right in the thick of that, therefore creating balance for myself, and that will reflect on my kids. They've got a great life, you know, their mum puts great care into them, and it shows in them, and I want them to see that side of me. So that's why I do it. Dead simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. And Melanie, I've had a Reiki massage, unbelievable power. It is Melanie, and I never understood it, but I was going to a guy, a great man in the south of Glasgow, Barhead, Dougie Turnbull, big shout out to Dougie. And someone asked me one day if they believed if Reiki was working, and I said, well, I says, I don't believe that it's, you know, it's some type of mystical, magical power that it's putting on me. I says, what I do believe is that when I go to Dougie believes in his heart and his head that he is passing his energy into me and he is making me feel better. I says, and the fact alone that Dougie wants to make me feel better is absolutely worth it for me, because he was prepared to give me some of his great energy. And I loved that. I totally loved that fact that somebody would take time out of their day to spend an hour with me and have me leaving, because I was always very, you know, stressed with work and I had a lot going on. I was a very busy guy at one time with property and all sorts of stuff, and just living crazily, you know, on the edge all the time. And I'd go there and I'd leave his place on a Friday so relaxed and chilled. Worth its weight in gold, Melanie, for sure. Worth its weight in gold. And there's some great people doing it. I've got a better understanding it now than I ever have had. I'm dipping my toes into hypnotherapy just now. And other things, you know, the energy that I feel when I'm in the mountains from rocks, massive mountains, big huge lumps of energy, that's all they are. And I believe there's something greater. I'm not a spiritual person in the God sense, but I'm a very spiritual person these days, in the sense that there's something far greater than us. At times when I'm out in the hills, I feel completely insignificant because I'm microscopic compared to some of these mountains. And one day, you know, they just let you know that you're not that important. Thanks, Betty, for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, the mountains can let you know you're not that important when, you know, they throw a little bit of venom at you, spray you with a bit of snow or wind, or spit at you, or toss you off the top of a hill. They're just letting you know that Mother Nature's far greater than all of us, and if you don't show some respect, we'll very quickly be put in our place. You know, no man in a suit in Whitehall manages that out there. No man's in charge of that. They think they are, in their own silly way. Yep, Moses found God in the mountains, Minto. You're right, he did indeed. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't believe that anybody owns the mountains, you know. They all talk like they own them, all these charlatans in power. No one controls the mountains, no one controls nature. And I'm also the captain of my own ship. I control my journey these days, and I'm in complete control of my destiny. And it'd be great if everybody could get like that. We don't need anyone telling us how to live, how to breathe. We don't need that. We need community, we need each other, we need decent people left and right of us, looking out for us and us looking out for them in turn. That's what life is all about. Community's been stolen from us. Community spirit's been stolen from us. It's time we took it right back again. So that's how I feel. I believe that, you know, what's been taken from the people will be returned to the people, because we are the beating heart of our communities. No one else is. It is only us. So we have to represent ourselves. Live as you wish to live and do no harm. Dead simple. Dead simple. But anyway, guys, it's been a blast talking. I hope I've introduced myself in a good light, and I hope that you'll stay on board and pick up some of my lives. I've been sharing videos for a while now on my channel, Coming Back to Life, and it's called that because it was one of my favourite Pink Floyd songs. It was from Dave Gilmour's Division Bell album. It's a great song, and it was about me coming back to the best version of myself from my darkness, and, you know, years that I spent in oblivion and in the doldrums, and now I'm coming back to life a day at a time, and I think that's fitting for what I'm trying to promote. No airs, no graces. I don't like negative, I don't do drama, I don't do finger pointing, slanderous stuff. I'm not into it. I'm just into reality. Day at a time, hour by hour, brick by brick. That's the way I live my life. And I try and represent myself in the best light these days. Didn't always get it right, but now I try. So, thanks for listening. Very grateful. 28 people, that's brilliant. I'm over the moon with that. Betty, behind you, Alec, look forward to the next stream. Thanks very much, Betty, appreciate that big time. And yeah, I'll build it as I go. As I say, I've got a few thousand subs now. I know that they don't all listen. I know that some people add you for just to be pally and stuff, and I'm a grateful. But, you know, if we can get out a few dozen people a couple of times a week, then we can make change. Change is good. I used to be wary of it, but now I embrace it. I have no fear. I don't suffer the fear gene at all, because I learned to control fear. If you look back in some of my videos, you'll see fear, it's like 3 or 4 parts, and I discuss it, and I can provide the tools to overcome fear, because I learned to crack the code. I cracked the code all by myself. I completely understand what fear is and how it's used. Fear is an absolute farce. Fear is a farce. Fear's a lie. It's one big lie. It's an indoctrination. And that's, we can talk about that another time, but yeah, fear is not in my dictionary anymore. I removed it. I removed it from my life, because it's a set of brakes. It's like an anchor. It puts the brakes in your progress. So I overcame it, and I'm happy to help anyone overcome it. That's a fact. Right, guys, it's been a blast. Thanks very much for listening to me waffling. I'm going to go on my hoofs now. Okay, so I'll be in touch soon, and I'll start posting some stuff. I'll take more advice from Lee and the best way to do that, and advertise it, and hopefully keep you all in the loop and not just ping me surprises on you. Dot, hi Dot, thank you very much for commenting. Pal of mine, Dot, there. So cheers, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll be in touch soon. Alright, thank you. How do I end this? Let me see. You see, I learn as I go. Night night, guys, thank you. Thanks Melanie, thanks Patsy, thanks Doodoo. Yep, cheers guys.